Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces, April 10, 2025. While Mercury has been retrograde, blocks in communication, mechanical breakdowns, or misunderstandings may have been more prevalent. Treating slowdowns as the chance to catch your breath and refine your goals is usually the better bet during these cycles. Mercury is ending its retrograde cycle today, and over the coming days and weeks, you might find that you're returning to previous conversations that were confusing or getting nowhere, now with increased clarity. It's time to approach problems from a new angle. Recent plans may not seem as important, but the plans that truly count begin to move forward. New information or a different perspective can emerge, helping bring clarity to some matters, particularly related to your work, health, creative projects, and romantic issues. Right now, letting go of a need for reliable answers can help you navigate the day's tricky points. Stormy energy could present itself today, but you can persevere with grace. However, be aware that today could be one of the most challenging energies in 2025. Sweet Venus, our goddess of love, will dance into the arms of icy Saturn in your solar house of passion and true love. As they unite in an exact conjunction, you may feel as if you're heartbroken for no reason. If rocky news around romance, dating, children, or fertility pops up, do your best to lead with forgiveness and compassion. It's best to hide out now rather than stirring the pot. Better days will lie ahead. Trust in your lover. Decide it's time to move on. This feeling will not last forever. The past few weeks might have taken the wind out of your sails. During this time, Mercury retrograde has impacted your schedule, routine, and habits. You may have felt unsure of what to do or unclear about what would happen next. Since change was a constant, it could have left you feeling uninspired and unmotivated to work on your passion projects. Although this has been a tough time, you should begin to feel better after Mercury stations direct in Pisces. Make an effort to get back into the swing of things. Satisfying your natural urges is just what the doctor ordered this week. That's right, you are in charge of this. Try to focus on what you really want and then on giving it to yourself. Whether it's a walk by the beach to think over personal matters or a frank chat with our boss, there are certain things that only you can provide. You sometimes sink into the habit of thinking that what you want most deeply is something or some emotion only others can give you. Wake up from this coma and begin nurturing yourself. It can be easy to come across as aloof on this day. Chances are you're anything but this. However, people might think otherwise when you're preoccupied with your work. Many spend time engrossed in thought and planning, to the point where they can seem completely out of touch with the rest of the world. By taking the time to let others know that you are just thinking or planning, you can dispel the image of being aloof. Today's stars might be sending mixed messages, but a week after Neptune turned to your work sector, this is now the new normal. On the one hand, as a friendly aspect between Venus and Mars peaks, this is just part of a powering up of the playful, creative, and adventurous side of life's fence that will continue. At the same time, a week after Neptune returned to your work sector, he not only moves into a friendly aspect to the asteroid Juno in your income sector, but just as the moon is making his last visit to your career sector before Mars returns. Just 8 days after retrograding back into your romantic sector, Mercury turns direct today. Mercury will keep working to give your heart a voice and to put heart and mind on the same page, but with less focus on the past. With Venus, the planet of love, who also retrograded back in late last month, not turning direct for another 6 days, she will continue to hold the doors open to the past and second chances. Pisces, intuition is your compass. Your quote of the day: what you sense is real even if you can't explain it yet. Your color of the day is seafoam green, gentle and dreamy. Lucky numbers: 2, 6, 19. Pay attention to subtle signs they're guiding you. Emotions may rise, but don't fear them, they're messengers. A creative or spiritual spark wants your attention. Let softness be your strength today. Our eyes in the sky. Let's take a deep breath and welcome the energy of April 11, 2025. Today feels like one of those moments where the universe invites you to slow down just enough to notice something you might have missed: a shift, a sign, a subtle sense that something is ready to change or open up. No matter where you are on your journey, this reading is here to meet you gently, like a conversation with an old friend who sees you clearly. Let's step into this space together and see what the cards have to say. The first card that comes forward today is the Eight of Cups, a powerful symbol of emotional evolution. This card often appears when something you once deeply cared about no longer feels aligned, and the time has come to move forward even if the path ahead isn't completely clear. It doesn't always mean walking away in a dramatic way. Sometimes it's simply the quiet decision to let go of a mindset, a pattern, or an expectation that's been weighing on you. It's the moment you stop pretending something still fits when it really doesn't. And while that kind of shift can feel heavy or uncertain, it's also liberating. Think of this as your soul gently tapping you on the shoulder, asking, "Is this still for me?" If there's something in your life that's felt hollow lately, don't be afraid to explore what it would mean to release it. There's something waiting for you on the other side of that choice. Trust that inner knowing. Following this, we're met with the Ace of Wands, a burst of new, creative energy. This card is like a spark. It doesn't necessarily give you the entire map, but it lights a fire that can guide you forward. The Ace of Wands invites inspiration, possibility, and the beginning of something exciting. Maybe you've had an idea simmering on the back burner. Maybe there's something you've wanted to create, try, or pursue, but haven't quite given yourself permission to begin. This card is your green light. What would it look like to say yes to your own passion today? Even in the smallest way: writing one paragraph, making that phone call, sketching out a dream, every spark counts. Don't underestimate how powerful a first step can be. Our next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is such a grounding presence. It brings in themes of legacy, long-term stability, and support systems. It reminds you that what you're building now doesn't just serve the moment, it's contributing to something lasting. Whether you've been thinking about financial goals, family dynamics, or the kind of life you want to create long-term, this card encourages you to look at the bigger picture. What kind of foundation are you building? Who do you want standing beside you in that vision? And what traditions or values do you want to carry forward or let go of? It's a beautiful invitation to connect with your roots while also making conscious choices about what you're growing toward. There's no rush here. Just the reminder that your efforts are creating something meaningful, piece by piece. Next, we draw the Queen of Cups, a deeply compassionate and intuitive energy. She's emotionally wise, empathetic, and knows how to hold space for herself and for others. Today, this card might be nudging you to check in with your emotional body. How are you really feeling beneath the surface? Is there a part of you that needs a little more gentleness, a little more attention? The Queen of Cups encourages emotional honesty, not as a performance but as a form of healing. And if you've been that steady support for others lately, this is your reminder that you deserve that softness in return. Let today be a day where you lean into emotional balance, whether that means setting a boundary, journaling, spending quiet time with someone who feels like home, or simply allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. There's strength in softness. And finally, we close with the Six of Wands, a card of recognition, success, and rising confidence. This card is the moment you realize, yes, I am making progress. I am being seen. Even if the applause hasn't been loud, someone is noticing. You might receive encouragement or praise today, or you might simply have a personal win that affirms you're on the right track. Either way, this card encourages you to own it. You don't need to downplay your growth to make others comfortable. You've earned this moment. Celebrate the victories, big or small. You've come through so much, and you're still here, still showing up, still believing in better. That matters. So as we look at these 5 cards, the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands, we see a beautiful unfolding. Letting go of what no longer serves. Welcoming in new passion. Building long-term stability. Honoring emotional wisdom. And standing tall in your wins. It's a reminder that this journey you're on is layered, sacred, and yours alone. There's no one right way to move forward. But when you choose to stay present, to stay honest, and to follow the thread of what lights you up, that's when everything begins to shift.